Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's video we are going to be making this little Easter basket and little mini eggs. And if you want to do the carrot or the little peep, I will link those down in the description underneath the video if you want to go check them out as well. For this video I will be using a number 4 medium weight yarn and a 4.25 millimeter hook. This is a crochet along, so I will be doing every stitch with you, and I am also providing a drop down at the top of the screen with the pattern instructions for the first 30 seconds of every row for you to follow along with. And if you enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button and click the bell. Not only does that help me out, but you will also be notified every time I load a new video. Okay, I think that's everything. So grab your yarn and let's get started. We're going to begin with the basket, and you can start any way you prefer as long as you have the same amount of stitches in row 1. I will be tying a knot with the loop on the end as if I was going to be making a chain. And then I'll insert my hook, grab my yarn, chain 1. And remember, that does not count as a stitch. That just attaches our yarn to our loop. And for row 1, we're going to do 6 single crochets into the loop over top of the tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then if you need to close this hole, grab that tail and then just give it a little pull. Grab a stitch marker if you're using one. And for row 2, we are going to do 6 increases, so that's 2 single crochets in every stitch all the way around for a total of 12. So increase 1 and 2, increase 3 and 4, increase 5 and 6, increase 7 and 8, increase 9 and 10, and our last increase, 11 and 12. Row 3, we are going to do 1 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat that all the way around for a total of 18. 1, increase, 2 and 3. And then just repeat that around. 4, increase, 5 and 6, 7, increase, 8 and 9, 10, increase, 11 and 12, 13, increase, 14 and 15, 16, and our last increase, 17 and 18. Row 4, we are going to do 2 single crochets, 1 increase, repeat that all the way around for a total of 24. 1, 2, increase, 3 and 4, 5, 6, increase, 7 and 8, 9, 10, increase, 11 and 12, 13, 14, increase, 15 and 16, 17, 18, increase, 19 and 20, 21, 22, and our last increase, 23 and 24. Row 5, we are going to do 3 single crochets, 1 increase. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 30. 1, 2, 3, increase, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, increase, 9 and 10, 11, 12, 13, increase, 14 and 15, 16, 17, 18, increase, 19 and 20, 21, 22, 23, increase, 24 and 25, 26, 27, 28, and increase, 29 and 30. Okay, for the next row, row 6, I'm going to let you guys make a little decision right now. I've really for a while now wanted to make something inside out, so this would be considered the right side. This would be considered the wrong side. So I'm going to be going on the wrong side, and I will give instructions for both right side and wrong side. This is the only row that it'll really matter. And then we'll just continue on with the rest of the pattern. So if you want to do right side, you are going to be going in the back loop. So you're going to go down the V and out the back. And if you want to do inside out, you're going to go in the front loop. So you're going to come up the V and through the middle. And that just makes this line be on whatever side it needs to be for whichever way you made it. So I'm going to be doing wrong side, so I am going to be going in the front loops. So row 6, 30 single crochets in the front loops or the back loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And just one quick note, if you're doing it inside out, you'll be crocheting on the back side, going in and out like this. And if you were doing the right side, you'll be going on this side from the outside in. So if it looks a little different, don't worry, you're doing it right. Okay, for row 7, we're just going to do 30 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Row 8, another 30 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Row 9, another 30 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Row 10, another 30 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Sorry, you can tell I'm not used to working on the other side here. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Row 11, another 30 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Row 12, and this will be our last row, another row of 30 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, yep, 30, okay. Okay, now we're going to do our edging, and we're going to do what I like to call a backward single crochet. It could be called a crab stitch. I'm not 100% sure, but if I'm right or wrong, feel free to leave in the comments what it actually is, if there's another name. So we are going to start by joining with a slip stitch into the next stitch. And we're going to chain one. And I'm going to do one single crochet. Now we're going to go backwards, so instead of going into this stitch right here, we're going to go backwards into this stitch behind. And it's a little awkward to get started, but once you get going, it's not too bad. So you're going to go in that stitch, grab your yarn and pull through like you do a regular single crochet. Into the next stitch behind, grab your yarn and pull through. Into the next stitch behind, grab your yarn and pull through. And then just keep going backwards and you'll have 30 stitches. If for some reason you're finding this really awkward and you can't do it, you can always do one more row of single crochets, or you could just end where you slip stitched. And you'll just have to bear with me for a minute going backwards here before we get to the handle. So I'm just going backwards into the next stitch behind every time. And if you did this the front way, it's going to look a lot better, because doing it backwards, you see the back side of it instead of the front side of it. But I still like the look of it as a little border. You know what? Let's flip it the other way and do it. There we go. It might be a little easier that way. Just remember you have to flip it back if you're going inside out. While I'm doing this, I'm just going to mention, if you go down in the description below the videos, I have all my social media links. If you ever want to share a photo with me, you can go to my Facebook craft page, and at the top of the page is a pinned post called YouTube Share, and you have to click on that and it'll open up and you can go down in the comments and share. Or you can find any post on my page and share whatever you want with me. Alright, we're getting to the end here. I'm going to flip it back just so I know what I'm doing. So we're in our last stitch. I'm going to go one more stitch. And then I'm flipping it around and I'm going to join in my very first one. So now I'm looking at the outside of my basket. And we are going to make the handle next. Okay, we're going to chain 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And you can go longer if you want. Just depends how long your handle is, but I wouldn't go much shorter. So then we're just going to pinch our basket halfway. Find that middle stitch just somewhere in there, right close. And then you're just going to slip stitch to join. And now we're going to go back up our chain. Make sure you didn't twist that as you were doing that. And we're just going to do about 20 single crochets all the way back to the other side. And I'm just going in the top loop of my chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And don't worry if you have 20, 21, 22, as long as you're right back down in your last single crochet, and then you're just going to go in that same stitch where you started chaining, and you're going to slip stitch and tie off. And leave a little bit of a tail to weave in this end. So let's grab our darning needle. We might as well do that right now. I'm going to take my stitch marker out. Depending on how you have your tail, you can either cut that or weave it in. I'm just going to cut it. Or you can put it through to the other side, depending on which way you went. And take your end and thread your needle. And I'm just going to bring it down somewhere close to my handle. And I guess we could turn it inside out to do this too if we wanted. It's actually kind of cute this way too. If you messed up and you put your line on the wrong side, you're still going to have a cute little basket. Just put it however it looks to you, how you like it. And I'm just going to weave in and out a few times. You go back and forth as many times as you need to make it feel secure. For the video, I'm only going to go twice. And then I'm going to cut that. Now you can either fill that like it is. I got a little peep I could stick in there. That looks cute. Or if you want to put your little eggs in there. I originally made it so that I would be putting some little grass or something in there, but I don't have any grass, so I put a little bit of my stuffing down in there. I wouldn't gift this to a child like this because that'll just be out of there in no time. But you can put your little eggs in there. A carrot, I think I mentioned I did the carrot, and it'll be down in the description. Your little eggs, whatever you want. Now, if you just came here for the basket, I just want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you want to keep up with more of my videos, to hit that subscribe button and click the bell. And of course, any likes, shares, and comments are always appreciated. And if you're sticking with me, let's move on to the little mini eggs. Alright, now we're going to start our egg, and they're not very fancy. I just needed a little accessory for when I make my bunny. So if that's all you're doing right now, this will be perfect. So you can again start any way you prefer, as long as you have the same amount of stitches in row 1. And I will be doing my knot with the loop on the end, as if I was making a chain. Insert my hook. Grab my yarn, chain 1. Remember, that does not count as a stitch. That just attaches our yarn to our loop. And now we're going to go over our tail. Row 1, we're going to do 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then if you need to close that hole, just pull that tail, and that should close it up for you. Alright, grab a stitch marker if you're using one, and for row 2 we are going to do 2 single crochets, 1 increase. Repeat that for a total of 8. And just make sure you're going in the right stitches because it's a little tricky. 1, 2, and an increase, 3 and 4. And I'm pushing my finger in the center so it kind of curves the right way. 5, 6, and an increase, 7 and 8. Row 3, we're going to do 3 single crochets, 1 increase. Repeat that for a total of 10. So 1, 2, 3, and an increase, 4 and 5. 6, 7, 8, and an increase, 9 and 10. I'm just going to pull my tail a bit here because I'm getting a bit of a lump right there. Okay. Row 4, we're going to do 4 single crochets, 1 increase. Repeat that for a total of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase, 5 and 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, and an increase, 11 and 12. Row 5, we are going to do 12 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Row 6, we're going to do 12 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Row 7, we're going to do 12 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And row 8, 12 single crochets all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we only have one row left. It's going to look a little funny, but when it comes down and around, it'll kind of get its shape in. Also with the stuffing. So grab some stuffing. You don't need very much. I'm going to put a little in at a time just so I can get the shape fixed at the point. And our next row is only going to be 6 single crochets, so if you need to put a little more stuffing in there because you have a hard time putting stuffing in at 6, do that, but just don't overstuff them because 3 in this little basket just fits. Okay, let's get our needle back in there, or our hook, sorry. And for row 9, we're going to do 9 decreases. And you can do invisible, but I'm not too concerned about the looks of the bottom, so I'm doing regular. So 1 decrease. Whoopsie. 2 decreases. 3 decreases. 4 decreases. 5 decreases. And 6 decreases. And then you're just going to slip stitch in the next stitch and tie that off. Leave a little bit of a tail. And then we'll cut that. If you want to hang it, leave a little longer tail. I know those car hanging mirror things are quite popular right now. This would work to put on there, a little carrot or something. I'm going to add a touch more stuffing. I'm just going to use the point of my scissors to kind of push that down into the sides a bit. I probably am overstuffing it. Let's just stop. All right, then grab your darning needle. Threads everywhere here. Thread that on. And then you're just going to go around in the top loops of your last row and weave that back and forth. Till you get back to the other side. And you're just going to pull that tight. Oops. Tie a little knot in the next stitch. And then just thread that up and out somewhere. If you do want to hang it for any reason, just come up the center and out. If you don't know what you're doing, it's always a good idea to just do it this way and then just let that hang until you're ready to decide. Mine are going in a basket, so I know I can clip mine right now. All right, and I think we are done. Let's get these guys out. Okay, you can move. Oh, if you don't have any grass, another option, you can either cut little strips of yarn or I just put like a little, this is probably what I'll be doing, but it's only for video purposes. And put your little eggs in. And see, they just kind of fit there. Alrighty, thanks for watching, and again, don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to hit the subscribe button and click that bell, as well as any likes, shares, and comments are always appreciated. If you're looking to make the little peep or the carrot, remember those will be down in the description underneath the video. You might have to click more a couple of times, and I will also be putting them up at the end of the video in the four corners once they're done. I'm planning on making this Easter egg next, and it will also be included with everything else once it gets finished. Again, thanks for watching, and as always, take care, be safe, and happy crocheting.